Hi, I'm Devi Jade, and I'm here today to share with you a divinely channeled candle working today. Now, candle working isn't particularly something that is bad. In fact, it's quite good. If you go into many, many churches, there's lots and lots of candles lit. And why do they light candles? Because it draws spirit, it draws goodness. And so when we do this individually, if we have a very good and high intention, joining with all those other candles that are lit everywhere, for sure things will work in the favor of all of us together. So today in this full moon, I'm going to be showing you a short process of what you can do. And the first thing you want to do is gather everything together before you start your practice. I encourage you to do this at the quarters, and you can go at midnight, but a lot of times people aren't ready at midnight. So I would say if you can do it at 9 p.m. your time, that would be very ideal. If you want to do what I call a very sacred bath or a magical bath, you can do that at first, especially if you're a person that's been out and about in all of the other areas, you've been on the trains or you've been at the gym. It's good for you to be able to cleanse yourself before you enter into a space of your own sacredness, because the body will be cleansed and you'll be calm and feel like you can enter into a space of your highest self in your own body. So the things that I brought are this. You'll want to get, if you can, a yellow candle. Okay, and if you can get a yellow candle, that'll be lovely, but needless to say, you might not be able to. So if you have a white candle, that would be always something you can use. Yellow is for our communication, and it's a representation of our manifestation in the solar plexus. And then, of course, it connects with the sun. So this is the candle color that we want to use this time. I always use these little chime candles because they burn really quickly. And, well, for some people it takes up to 3 hours, but for me, they're pretty quick. So my intention is very clear. I do these candles works and prayer work for and behalf of not really just myself. It's all for all our relations, all of us, so that can help us to rise together. So I have that. And then I've also got a crystal. Now I have many crystals. I allow these crystals to pick me. And then of course, under full moons and new moons, you can stick them out or about where the moon can capture them so that they can get cleansed. And then I've got this here. I buy these little mirrors, at Michael's or your little craft stores. And so that can be the reflection of things going in, because mirrors are always portals. So that will be helpful to you in this particular thing. I just kind of grab what I have around the house because I have several altars, and I say this, I just kind of go with it. I also have this. These are what Post-it notes are going to be for now, because they come in all these different colors. They represent the chakras of the candles that you're using. And then I have these special little pens that I use only for things like this, and I'll write my intention across this. I also, in this particular session, I have a little holder for my candle. But since I have a chime candle and it won't fit in that middle because that's more of the taper candle, I'm using it, and then I'm putting a little tiny candle holder that you can get. You can order these too. And I put that on top so the candle can fit. But in this case, I was inspired to tell you that I put water in there. So we have a representation of every direction and all of the elements. And I will put that on top of the mirror, and then I'll put this on top of that. So I have this watery effect of things of flowing with the water. Then I have this little pin here. I tell you to scry on the candle. Scrying means you'll put something on the sides of the candle to help it when you load it to have that intention fully embraced into the candle. And I use these little push pins. I think they're better. I know sometimes you can use something else, but these seem to scry in there very easily. And then I was also told to get this, which is the, pink Himalayan salt. And I'm going to take just a pinch of that, and I'm actually going to put it in the water now so that I have earth. That's one of the elements, obviously. So I've got the water, the earth, and of course the flame is the air, and then fire, of course, with flame. Now, I also was told, and if you have these, this happens to be lemon. I'm not selling the brands. I'm just telling you, if you want to get lemon, this will be really good. And I was told for that, for the cleansing, because since this is full moon is about what is your intention to rid yourself of, especially with the rest of this retrograde. It's been rather an interesting retrograde, hasn't it? And it's all about relationships. So I will take that, I will scry into the candle, and then I've got a tiny little thing of this olive oil. This is particular for me. I just get the teeny little bottle and I keep that for my candles only. And finally, I have this that I decided to use. It's one of my little seashells that I picked up. And then I will put this crystal here, so that will amplify the energy that's sitting around the candle. It's good if you have a lot of this stuff prepared. I'll just stand that up there, and I know that it will do it because I'm asking it to do it, and there it goes, it stood. So now the seashells are representative of the yoni, or the feminine energy, and then the crystal is a little bit phallic, so we have the male and the female energy coming together. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm first going to take the oil and I'm going to put a little bit in my hand here, just a little. You don't have to like be crazy with it. And I'm going to set this aside. I'm going to rub it in my hands. Okay, and then I'm going to, smells good because the energy is going up. And then I'm going to clap 3 times so that the energy in my hands gets really strong. And then that strength of my intention of my body, of this body, will go onto the candle. Okay, so I'm going to take this before, and I'm going to scry in here. And I wanted to tell you what I did was I did this for you guys a long time ago, where you make these little words and then you pick one a day. I'm still doing that. And I thought, just for fun, I'm going to do this. And I'm going to pick, and I picked heroic, and I picked laughter, and I picked dance. Now, the question might be, well, if we're ridding ourselves of things, why would you want to rid yourself of laughter? And why would you want to rid yourself of dance? Maybe it's because I don't dance enough, or maybe I want to laugh more, or just shifting the energy around so that I look at life with, as it's a dance, maybe it'll amp it up. It'll be a different kind of a paradigm, not a belief, because I'm ridding myself of beliefs. And laughter really is the best medicine. So maybe as I continue to become more well in the physical body, then laughter will completely replace that, and I'll attract more laughter to me. And then heroic, that always reminds me of Michael, Archangel, and Gabriel, of courage and strength and moving forward in a way that's very lighthearted, which is laughter again, and very much a flow, which is dance. So on the side, I'm going to write those 3 words. I'm going to write dance. I'm going to scry it in there. Dance. And I'm going to turn it a little bit. I'm going to put laughter. And then I'm going to scry it again on the other side, and I'm going to put heroic. Sometimes we need heroic when we're going through things like during the retrograde again. We need to have that heroism, that strength, and, laugh if you can at the situation so that you can change the energy. So now I'm going to do this from wick. Oh, one more thing. Almost forgot. Lemon juice. I'm going to put a little bit of this lemon oil on me for the cleansing of this. Again, yellow. I made sure everything was yellow. And mind you, I didn't wander around for 10 years in my house wondering what to do. I just kind of went with it. So I clapped 3 times. Now I've got, so there I've got the oil and the lemon, and I'm going for dancing, flowing, having that in my life. And laughter Laughter as the best medicine, making sure I have laughter in my life, laughing with my friends, laughing with people around me, and showing that laughter is a beautiful thing. And then heroic, standing in strength, standing with the angels, standing in my truth. Because my truth is, as I said before, Lord Yeshua, very dedicated to him. And I know sometimes people feel like he was very stoic and he was going around and healing and there was no laughter. There's a lot of laughter. So I'm going to put that in my little stand that I have. I'll see if I can possibly bring this over without spilling it. So I've got the mirror, and I've got the star, and I've got the water down there like it's in a little moat there, and I've got this. It didn't drip. Good. Almost. Now see, you have to do these things, and I'm not going to edit this because you guys have got to see that this kind of stuff happens. Laughter. Okay, so I'm going to put these things together, and then I'm going to slip them back onto the table. And you know, that's the thing about when you're doing these sorts of things, we get a bit serious sometimes. And we don't want to get too serious. So you just want to laugh at yourself. Okay, well, that happened. And then you move forward so that everything's perfect, right? And then, of course, I've got these two that will sit by it. As I said, this will be very feminine. And then this was standing up very nicely like this. And I'll put that beside it. The words are already scried on there. And then I'll just set them aside where I can see them. Now, when I sit very quietly, and at the time, 9 p.m. for me, I'll sit very quietly and I'll focus on these things. I'll ask the angels to be with me. I'll ask Michael to be with me. I'll ask Gabriel to be with me, Raphael and Uriel. Okay, they all have their respective directions. I'll ask that the Holy Spirit, the Holy White Light, the sacred fire energy be with me. It's in me. I want it to burn brightly. I ask Lord Yeshua to be with me. I call him Lord Yeshua. I said that to you last time. I'll ask Lord Jesus is his name. Yeshu, Emmanuel, all these beautiful names, Jesus. I ask him to be with me. Mother Mary, compassion, mercy, gentleness. And I'll ask, I heard Mother Teresa. I have different saints that come to me. Mother Teresa wants to be involved in this. Why? Because that's what she taught. She taught to dance with life, that laughter, people need to laugh. It's what helps them to become one. When we all laugh together in a group, then this uplifting, this rising up of joy, and then heroism, being heroic, standing up for the right action, which is what Michael does. And so then tonight at 9, like I said, I'll be lighting it. I'll be focusing on this very quiet. And as I just sit with that silence, are there requests? You can. So I talked about requesting, but I know that I'm willing, I'm surrendering to the energy that I watch. Now, the flame, if it's little, then you need to speak about what you desire more. Okay? This is not one where I'm going to say, please talk about what boyfriend you want or, better relationship with your husband. This is really, again, my teachings are really about how to lift your spirit, purify your spirit. Because as you're purified, other people around you, it automatically happens to the level that they desire, because we do have this thing that's called free will. It also releases things. How is it releasing? Because it's you becoming one with all the highest of the high energy, and give it to them. They'll make it so for you. Trust. That's part of being, it's a heroic stand to surrender. So be well, happy full moon. And I know it is the second day of Passover. So know this, I send blessings on your head for those of you that need it, physically, mentally. Emotionally, these are upon your head now. Be well. Take care. I'll see you again soon. And of course, come to me as you need.